obviously karate for you was critical to who you are now today. But something that's probably more defining physically is your story with type 1 diabetes. I don't know how much you want to share of this, but regardless, it's something that's affected your life and our lives as well. And I just thought maybe you'd want to share your journey to overcome that adversity, because that is something that has impacted your life quite a lot. And I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was diabetes. First, I was stricken with diabetes when I was 10 years old. So I inherited type 1 diabetic issues. So I had to do shots of insulin every day and deal with, growing up at that young age, you're battling hormones and stuff like that. So my blood sugars were all over the place, massive lows, bad highs. Just a horrible time in my life. It was a pretty bad struggle when I was growing up in my teens, and you had all the struggles with high school sports, martial arts at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough. And I'll tell you, as I get older and I deal with this disease, that I see it impacts a lot of people. And we don't talk about it because there's also type 2 as well. But type 1 diabetes was a dream killer for me, because when I was young, I had the dream and aspirations of becoming a pilot and even going into the military. I wanted to fly jets like nobody's business. But when I was stricken with that with 10, that dream got shot down.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks to martial arts, and some of those proverbs, when one opportunity leaves, another one presents itself. And you just move on. You adapt and you overcome. You're going to hear that over and over in my story. And you really, at first, diabetes was a sad aspect, because it ruined a lot of my dreams. But then you start changing your attitude towards it. So the middle parts of my life, I was like, let's get over it. Let's deal with it and be done with it. And we'll take this train as long as we can. Then you start getting into the angry part of it. And what I mean that is you see that, when I was diagnosed at 10, we were told that we were only 20 years away from a cure for it. Well, those 20 years came and gone, and there's still no cure for it. There's treatments and all that, but there's no cure for it. And I don't know that there's a cure in sight for it. But what starts to drive you mad is that you see the cost of what it takes to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then even worse is you see people putting stuff in their bodies every day that's basically killing them, when people like me are putting stuff in their bodies just to keep us alive.
Mm-hmm.
And you made that funny joke a couple of weeks ago that, hey, Dad, look, you can get an Xbox for the same price as a bottle of insulin these days.
Yeah.
And that's pretty scary.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.